Man, I can't believe I'm posting positive content. Isn't that fucking crazy? At number 9, I have Friday the 13th, which is episode 4. Now, the song's awesome. I love the song. It's something I would listen to just whenever, but the music video is just kind of Like, there isn't much happening. It's just flashy images. I mean, the characters from the band look good up close, but you don't really see much of them, and they don't really do anything. Most of the music video is just Octavian, and frankly, most of the song is just Octavian. I would have liked Damon's voice to be in there more. This is my issue with Don't Chromatic as well. Sometimes Gorillaz will have the featured artists just kind of take the steering wheel, and sometimes that's fine, but I would like to hear more of Damon for an actual combination between the two artists. But besides that, the song itself is fine. The visuals could have been better. I do like some of the imagery of a vehicle going down a street tunnel or a highway or whatever. It looks pretty cool, but that's pretty much all they show. The Valley of Pagans. How I feel about this song is pretty much the same as Friday the 13th. Great song, visuals could have been better though. And again, I felt like the featured artist was in the driver's seat for too long. Two things put this music video over the previous one. The visuals may be but it's GTA 5, so pretty cool collaboration between a video game I used to grow up with and a band I used to grow up with. The second reason why I have it above the previous music video is the Plastic Beach ending. Like, that fucking hyped up so many people, and unfortunately, that segue into the next episode was only short-lived, because this episode was removed from YouTube, and I'm still not entirely sure why. Now, I originally thought that the video was taken down for copyright issues by Rockstar themselves, but I'm also hearing the Gorillaz channel itself took down the video because they might have spoiled the next GTA update. I legit thought this was a fucking fever dream with Gorillaz and GTA making a collaboration video, and then I realized it was removed. Oh yeah, and I guess another reason why this is above Friday the 13th is that the characters are doing more, even though they're just sitting in a car. But it is pretty cool seeing them interact in the GTA environment. And Beck singing from the phone is a pretty clever idea. Strange Times. This one is a flip from the previous two. The visuals are amazing and the song's pretty meh. In fact, I'm not the biggest fan of the song, but I will say this episode probably has the best visuals compared to the other episodes. I love the 2001 Space Odyssey references. The characters are really moving around and they're interacting with the environment a lot, and the atmosphere they're in is very visually appealing. But unfortunately, the song's still just kind of okay. I like that there's a good balance between both artists. No artist is taking more time than the other, but during Damon's segments, he's just kind of talking, and it just kind of slows down the song for me. Maybe he did that because Robert Smith has such a powerful voice, but either way, I wish he actually sang the song he was in. The 2001 Space Odyssey atmosphere accompanied by his voice, you know, the type of 2D singing we got from Saturn's bars, that would have been fucking great, but kind of a missed opportunity. The Lost Chord. This is the episode with the best visuals. Not only are we taken back to Plastic Beach and kind of shown what remains, such as the robot noodle, the boogeyman mask, giant Russell, Plastic Beach itself, and the skeletal carcass of Daly. What the fuck? It was just a really nice throwback. This song probably also has the most amount of movement coming from the characters. I could be wrong about that, but the band members kind of interact with the environment more, which is really nice to see, and I like that it's all animated. Except for the featured artist Lee John, who, in my opinion, kind of fits with the song, but not really. What I mean by that is his synchronized singing with Damon is really good. Fits very well, but his solo parts kind of slow down the song for me. Like when he popped out of the water, it was just kind of eh. Personally, wasn't a fan of his voice during that segment, but when he was singing with Damon during the chorus parts, it was actually pretty good. And to me, the song overall was really decent. My favorite part of the entire episode, though, is when 2D reaches his arm out for Murdoch. Best way this video could have ended. Pacman. My only nitpick is that the characters should have been moving more or interacting with their environment more. They all just kind of did the same thing. Besides Noodle, it just felt like the same playback over and over. So visuals could have been a little bit stronger, but the song is fantastic. It's not my favorite song, but it's probably the catchiest. There's a really good balance between Damon and Schoolboy Q, who fits in with the music very well. Each of their segments have a decent amount of time. And again, the instrumentals of the song is very catchy. While I would have liked a little more movement because I'm a nitpicking bitch, the animated scenes are still very entertaining, and it's fun watching each character just kind of do their own thing. And that's all I really have to say about episode 5.
Aries.
When it came out, it was my favorite, but then I started to like the first two songs more. But that doesn't mean I dislike Aries more. I love how chill and calm the music is. Nice night drive type of song. And I like the visuals. The first two songs were definitely the band members interacting with real life objects and a real life environment. Here, they're interacting with a real life environment and an animated one. So it's kind of a cool combination. And it's covered with these nice color schemes. It just feels very deserty and like a wasteland. Aries also has kind of a little story within it. The video doesn't tell you outright outright what's happening. And I really enjoy this about some of the Gorillaz music videos. They'll include these little plots and you have to try to figure out what's going on, because again, they don't outright tell you what it is. It's pretty cool to see people in the comments kind of have their own interpretation of what's happening. Stuff like that just adds a lot more depth within the music videos. Disolay. Perfect balance between the artists. Damon and Diawara get their own segments, but they also sing together as well, and it sounds amazing. The music is very similar to the song Humility, you know, the one with Jack Black, because they both have this very summery vibe, despite this episode being released in February. The visuals are stunning, the characters do a lot in this song, they actually move a lot, maybe except for Noodle and Russell, but it's fine. I like watching Murdoch just kind of creep around. I like the segment of 2D singing in French, and because he can't speak the language, he uses a booklet to help him translate. And I have no idea what the fuck these things in the background are, but they look cool. Funny thing is, I thought the song was just okay on my first listen to, and that was mainly due to Diawara. I wasn't used to singers like her, and I didn't feel like it fit the song, but after listening to it multiple times, I started to really like her voice. I'm really glad I gave this song another chance because now it's in my top 3. Momentary Bliss. First episode of the album, and it really stuck with me. I love the inclusion of animation within real life. They did it in such a creative way with the characters interacting with real life objects. And there are times when it's flashy and it gives off a comic book vibe. There's speech bubbles just popping out of nowhere. There's random images and drawings just flashing on screen. And normally I would find that annoying, but it's not too much. They do it enough where I'm not zoning out. Because when they do it too much, it feels nauseating and it just feels like a chore to just watch it. Thankfully, the episode doesn't go that route. I'm a big fan of Damon's parts in the song, and I like the featured artist as well. And I like while the song is very energetic, the music video for the most part is very laid back. Everyone's just kind of hanging out doing just normal casual things. It gives off a vibe you're kind of hanging out with them. It's also just cool to see the creators interact with their creation. The Pink Phantom. I love the other songs, but this one is in its own tier. In fact, out of all the Gorillaz songs, this is probably my second favorite. Everything I love about Gorillaz is in this song. Great music, great visuals, and because the band likes to experiment, they get 2 artists from 2 completely different genres, put a song together, and make it work. Black is an R&B artist, and Elton John kind of covers rock and pop, and it's still weird to see these 2 in a music video together. At first, I wasn't really a big fan of Black's segments in the video. He was also auto-tuned, which I'm not really a big fan of, but because of the style of the music video, it actually really fits. Like, this is one of those Gorillaz songs I have to listen to multiple times to just kind of get it. At least that was my experience. Damon's voice in the Pink Phantom is beautiful. Probably a word you guys thought I would never use ever, but Elton John's segments are my favorite. His voice is very strong and powerful, and it gives me goosebumps every time. And again, I just really admire that they took 2 artists from genres that are very far apart in terms of similarity, and then create this fucking masterpiece of a video. I have 0 issues with this episode. I find it to be perfect. It's a fantastic song and a fantastic video.